what's up with the APA? Let's get it, man. It's approximately what? 11? Fuck, it's probably 11 on the West Coast. Yeah, it's still early. Fucking shit. Brian Wood, what's up, my guy? I said, Miles, brother. See, you changed your picture right there. Sick ass helmet with the skull right there. Let's see who taps in right quick. I was trying to look for my phone before I tapped in, but can't find it. Anywho, I wanted to tap in with you guys because later on we're going out to a strip club. I'm going out to a strip club later on. Have a good Saturday night. So obviously I can't do a late night live. Go out to a strip club, chill, will and deal with my wife. We're gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy our freedom. Enjoy our freedom. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do our thing, man. We do several things. Obviously, when we went to New York not too long ago, we're gonna go to Philly. We're gonna go to fucking Mount Vernon. We're gonna go to fucking the White House. We're gonna go to a lot of things coming up. But tonight, we're gonna go out, do a little strip club action, do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Good little experience. I got a wonderful wife, man. And don't make no mistake about it. Can none of them broads touch me? You know what I'm saying? It's just the experience. You know, that's kind of like our. It's kind of like our little club. You know, that's our clubbing. Strip club is how we club. PNG Media News. So my boy, I send mines. What's going on with you, Mike? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Let me see. Yoli's up in the house. My first APA lady right here, chilling with and dinner with us. Appreciate every single one of you guys, ladies, tapping in. Yay. Damn, everybody tapping in this shit. We already got 13 people up in the house. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, Sage. Is that the real Sage? Is that the real Sage? We had some imposters up in here. Sage, wifey says hi. Check if that's her. I think that's her. Shit, we both can't find our phones. Damn, that's fucking crazy. But yeah, I'm assuming that's Sage. I think that's the picture that she had last. But yeah, somebody try to come in here with your name, Sage. All bad. That shit was all bad. But it's all good. Yeah, they did. Yoli says B Wood. Brian Wood says Yoli, great to see you. Yoli says PNG. PNG says say Yoli. Smoking the loco bear. What's up, my boy? I send mines. Miguel, I send mines. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yoli says Sage. There you go. Brian Wood. Hello, Sage. Sage says, oh, strip club sounds fun. Yeah, it definitely is interesting. That's for damn sure. I suggest you guys find a wife that's cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It's hands off. 100%. But the optics is definitely fun. What about mine? Call it real quick. You're not gonna find it up there. I guess I need to start fucking leaving my ringer on. I never have it on. But yeah, let me see. Smoking Local Bear says Brian Wood. I send mines, PNG. All my regulars up in here. All my real ones are up in here early. Appreciate you, man. About time. The only ones that's missing is fucking a few APA ladies, but mostly Susie. Where's Susie at? I haven't seen Susie in a minute. But all the regular fellas up in here, appreciate you guys. I went live earlier on TikTok. We had about 200 to 300 people up in there chilling. TikTok, we always have more people. But on YouTube, this is my core viewers right here. This is my day ones. Brian was just smoking my dude. All respect, yes sir. Sage says hi everyone. Good to see everybody. Yoli says happy Saturday, APA. Appreciate you, mama. Yeah, happy Saturday. I dropped a link too if anybody wants to jump on. Don't be shy. If anybody wants to jump on and have a conversation, shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. Just saying. Oh shit. She brought my phone down. Appreciate you, mama. Where was it at?
Well, everything's been camouflaged. It was on some bed.
Fuck this shit. Because I couldn't remember for the life of me where the fuck I left my phone.
Right here, look up.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, my last video on TikTok, Did 26,000. 26,000. That's not bad. Um, we're doing good, man. 14,000, 19,000, 5,000, 12,000, 14,000, 102,000, 98,000, 18,000, 41,000, 43,000, 22,000. We're doing good over there. 27,000, 10,000. Yeah, we're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like, go check it out, man. But if you're YouTube, stay on YouTube. Don't trip. But I'm gonna start dropping more videos on here, man. I'll be tripping a little bit. I've been lagging a little bit. I mean, PNG's Saturday. Smoking just likewise. Brian Wood. Palomero Sancho's up in the house, scoping out the scene as always. What's up, my boy? What's up, Benny? Let me see. Sage says you should jump on, dog. You should jump on. Do a full circle, Benny. You should jump on with me so we could talk, dog. Don't be scared, dog. Don't be scared. You'll be all right. You're welcome. She says, "Hi, Lash. Yes, it's me. There you go," says Sage. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna check. Yeah, man, because I didn't get a chance last time, and I wasn't gonna get a chance right now. Sage, let's make sure that's Sage real quick. But I know it is because she has a ranch. There you go. Who wants a ranch? I'm giving out ranches right now. Who wants a ranch? Hit on one if you want a ranch. Oh my God, what did they say? Spill the tea, spill the pinche. Spill the pinche frijoles, no? At first they came in trying to be cool and shit. Hey, L, this is and that. And after that, they were like, L, you're a piece of shit, or something like that. You know, something along those lines. I was like, oh hell no. I knew that wasn't her. Because it just had an S. Like a straight fucking troll account S, you know, when you first start. And I was just like, man, these motherfuckers they never fucking they're all bad, bro. They got too much time on their hands, bro. They got too much time. So I'm gonna go ahead and bless. What's up, Brett Martinez? What's up, my boy? Waiting on your art, homie. Capone. Yeah, hey, bro, I'm gonna do it. I swear I am. Nate Love, what's up, Nate Love? Appreciate you, mama. Bam. Nate Love is up in the house. Hey, what up, boss? What's up, lady boss? Go check out Nate Love's channel. Go check her out. Go check her out, man. We'll be remiss if you don't. Johnny Dang says, what's good, Loganero? What's up with it, Johnny? Sam Mines. I'm still waiting for you to hit me up on IG, dog, to know exactly who you are. Sage says exactly, you only know imposters. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and bless up. What's up, Bonnie? Damn, Bonnie. I haven't seen you in a little while. What's up, L? Tapping in on a lunch break. Appreciate you, mama. Let me see. Sage says, laughing in my eyes. Yeah, I would say that. I know you wouldn't. It was at first I was like, Sage, what happened? What's happened to your picture? And I remember seeing the picture of your face, and then now that you're coming in right now, I remember you did change it to that picture that you have now. So I was like, oh hell no, this ain't Sage, you know. So I just said something smart, something made him look stupid, and to block the fuck out of him, you know. I mean, they think that they're gonna come in here with a troll account, kiss my ass, and they think that I'm gonna fucking wrench them up or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I'm gonna give one to Mr. Clean and Smoke with the Local Bear right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Plomero, come on here with me, dog. Don't even trip on that. Yeah, I wouldn't give you a wrench before I talk to your ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know you could respect that, especially with everything that happened, dog. But I know I definitely want to have a conversation with you, dog. You know, I definitely want to have a conversation with you, my boy, with all due respect. Come on, Cabron, you already know, dog. You already know. I don't need to tell you why I need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But you already know it's all going to be from a respectful angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't no fucking I never spaz out or jake out on somebody without no goddamn reason unless it disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at that moment, you know? So, yeah. But, yeah, Mr. Clean's been here for a minute. Smoky. There you go. 2 moderators right there. Let me see. Look at the Rojo community. He wrote, YouTubers are dropouts and no good standings. It's all good. So is he. I mean, like, so is he. He's in worse because he was a made member, from what I understand. So that's even worse. I wasn't a made member. I still didn't tell on nobody. But from what I understand, that's what told on people. So, I mean, regardless of what motherfuckers want to say, they can never say one thing about the APA. That there's paperwork on me and that I told on anybody. You can never say that about me. And not only that, I've never told a goddamn lie on my channel. Ever. Have I lied in my life? Of course I have. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you gotta try to talk your way out of things, especially being locked up. You know, especially with you know with the hyenas. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as far as like reputation wise, putting in work and shit like that, stories, never. Knock on wood, never. Sorry guys. Gotta get a little towel. It's so humid right here that my beer is starting to sweat. My beer is sweating. Look how wet my beer is, bro. Fuck. It's not hot out here, but yeah. Let me see. Romero says, we both know what's up, and I can respect that 100 2 sides. Yes, sir, my boy. You already know, dog. Yeah, let me know, bro, when you want to jump on. Ain't no hard feelings, dog. Just look, I'm gonna put it to you like this, Ben. Just seeing you back on here, dog, tells me everything, dog. It's disappointing that you believe that shit to a certain extent. Not to a certain extent, that you believe the period, right? But the fact that you're on here tells me, correct me if I'm wrong, that you know that shit was bullshit. And that shit kind of broke my heart, dog, especially with you. Because you usually jump on here, bro, and I was like, man, I thought you were one of the real ones, bro. You know, I thought you were one of the real ones. And in my opinion, I'm going to be raw with you and I'm going to be respectful with you. And I was like, man, he believed that dude. Pinche gabacho ese way. Like, you believe that dude just because everybody else was saying the shit that they were saying? And I was like, you know what? In certain ways, I can't blame too many people. That's why I accepted everybody back, because I'm like, you know what? I can't blame them, man. You know, I am who I am. There was no way they could have misled me, right? Not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just saying in that case, I know propaganda, I know political fucking deception. But there were so many dudes with big channels and all that little channels that followed them, were smutting me up. So I can't blame the majority of the people that turned against me for no goddamn reason, right? But as long as they came back with humility, being like, man, we fucked up type shit, you know, it's all good. What's up, dog? Even if you didn't say we fucked up or anything like that, right? Because that my ego doesn't demand that. My ego doesn't demand that. But by seeing you guys back on my channel, I know that you guys know that shit was all bullshit. Especially the shit with when it comes to my prison record and things like that, you know, because I held that shit dear to my heart, because I sweated blood, tears, sweat, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it was just like, man, how dare you sit here and question my prison record, my whole record as putting in work and as a man, bro, you know? But yeah, man, seeing you on here, seeing other cats on here, to me, is just like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that's better than nothing, right? And we could chop it up later whenever you're ready to come on here. But yeah, man, Vegas prison stories. He apologized for it, man. I got respect for him for saying that as well. What's up, Chicano too? It's Mikey from the house. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I respect Vegas prison stories, Rick, for saying that ultimately he was just bullshitting. He never had nobody in the prison system. He was just going against me because everybody else, you know, it is what it is. You know, somebody that's sharp, like Vegas or anybody else, dudes like that are sharp and smart could very easily fool a lot of people. Could very easily insinuate things, put out innuendos, and things like that, and flip a lot of people towards somebody. And when you're outnumbered, most people will tend to be like, "Oh hell no!" If a lot of people are saying this shit, and that dude is the only one saying this, oh that fool with JCat, that fool was this, he's this, and that, you know. So, but obviously, I was waiting for that fool to put out paperwork for me to blow him out the water because I got my paperwork, which I eventually showed. But I appreciate that he had the humility and respect to be able to say that, yeah, I was bullshitting, and it was all because Gunner told me to put your address out there and things like that. And, you know, I respect him for being real. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Water under the bridge, right? Of course, we're still going to talk about it from time to time, but anybody that decides to come on here and talk to me on a man-to-man level, it's nothing but respect for them, man. And I know you guys, my APA, I know you guys will respect them the same way. Let's see. Haha, Lashonda, thank you, says. Mr. Clean says, I know you're a real one up. Thank you, brother. Smokey, the local bear, Mikey Semas. Chicano 2, what's up? Orale, he says that Smokey. Rob, what's Smokey? Are on days off, brother. Mr. Clean, this is Mikey Chicano 2, but block me, Vato. Oh, shit, you blocked him? There had to be a reason. What'd you do, bro? What'd you do to Mikey? Raul Lario says, what up, Bell? What's up, my boy? Sam Mines. LaShonda, my wife, my beautiful one and only, the number one APA lady. She ain't even an APA lady. She's my wife. Everybody else is an APA lady. She's my wife. She's my one and only. That's my queen. That's my one and only. With all due respect to all the ladies out there, I'm not saying that because girls want me. I'm just saying that because my APA ladies are my APA ladies, but my wife is my wife. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even an APA lady. She's my wife. You know? I'm just saying. Yeah, and she says, Mama Tim, I lived in Fresno for a year, craziest year of my life. Laughing out loud, it's crazy out there. But yeah, you're a Hanfordette. You're a Hanfordette. You're from Hanford. So yeah, you're definitely close. Mr. Much love, Mikey. Unblock me. John Crow says, what's good? What's up, my boy? Romero Sancho says, Spencer had to jump off, had to take a call from the Jefita trying to catch up on life. Good shit. Yeah, do your thing, man. I appreciate you, brother. Hold on, let's see. Oh, hell. My fucking mouse. There you go. Boom. All right. Chicano 2 says, McLean Seguro. At McLean Seguro. Mama Timmy says, LaShawn, you're 100%. I grew up in Parkside between the 70s and 90s. I saw the split from F14 to the Dogs for Santa and the rise Southeast Asian gangs. Spoke to the local bear. Says, Mama Timmy Fresno be off the hook. I'm from TC originally, up here in Oregon. I barely found out what TC meant. And I had a celly from TC, from Tulare. Oh, shit. All of a sudden, I know what TC. Oh, shit. Look at me using the lingo. Oh, shit. Tulare County. Orale Tulare, TC. All of a sudden, APA knows what he's talking about and shit. Oh, shit. No, I had a celly from Tulare. He was from Southside Kings, Sureño. We were cellies down south. Chino from Tulare. Darker and short and uglier than a motherfucker. He had to be Filipino. You know what I'm saying? And but there was another dude, Blackie, there from Tulare, from Southside Kings, from what I understand. If he wasn't from Southside Kings, he was from Tulare for sure, because they were homeboys. And they wanted to move in with each other. And I was like, when I got there, I was like, okay, I'll honor the move. If you guys want to move in with each other, I'll honor it. But it took so long. After a while, I was like, look, homie, after a while, I was like, look, you guys can't make this shit happen. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So they were probably mad at me because of that, but it was what it was, you know? And this is me first getting to prison. You know, any motherfuckers that get to prison and don't know what's up, they usually go with the flow like, oh, shit, no, it's all good, homie. You know, fuck that. I'll give you a month. If you don't move that dude in, that means you ain't got no juice. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to kick back, kick my legs up on my bunk. I'm going to watch the 40-year-old version when it first came out. You know what I'm saying? Not when it first came out, maybe a few years after it came out on the USA channel. And that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's going on in the comments, man. I'm getting a gang of comments right here. Shit, everybody up on the house. Let me see. That's right, Smokey. Yeah, get your rest. I'm going off what Brian said. Smokey, rest up, my boy. You deserve it. Yeah, rest up. Bomber Timmy says, Smokey, that's for sure. One of my bros moved to Humboldt, Mendo. And, yeah, my daughter was born and raised in Oregon. Thanks, Brian. I will for sure. Taz, dog, what's up, Taz? Send Miles, my boy. What up, homie? Send Miles, everybody. The comments was good. Hit the like one time for APA. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Yes, I was can see. Johnny Dang says, Es Plomero Sancho el Beni de Cali. You know what I'm saying? That's the boy. You know what I'm saying? From the county, right? I never knew what neighborhood he was from, but he's from the county. LaShawn, that's the only reason. Only reason. LaShawn says, my returning place, I was there. Asian fruit, hated it. Brian Wood, Smokey, Chicano 2, Orale Taz. Much love, says Mr. Clean. Much love, Taz. Yes, sir. Plomero says, yes, it is. That's right, my boy. Nate Love says, good. GM Mikey, good morning. Oh, it is morning, huh? Yes, 11:33. It's already 2:30 over here. JM, what's up, JM? I said my boy. El Princeton, Fresno 10 years. Hey, JM, were you on my live earlier on TikTok? I had hundreds of motherfuckers on my TikTok earlier. Man, my TikTok lives, bro, be cracking. Started out with 200, 300 motherfuckers over there. Good people over there. But this is my home right here. This is my heart right here. Let me see. Smoke the local bear. Mom entertainment. Those are facts. I'm in the Medford area. Yeah, Medford, Oregon. Yeah, that's before Eugene, of course. I passed through there on my Greyhound. Cali Big Dog since 916 up in the house. What's up, Cali Dog? Mom Timmy says, son of my mom lives at Dakota and fruit still. She won't leave. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna go nowhere. It's a blood hood. My mom is a G. Yeah, it's crazy because, yeah, you know what you're talking about. Based on what my wife's told me. Tash is Mr. Cleanwood's good homie on San Mines. Chino that looked like a goblin, that fool was ugly, bro. He was dark, short, and ugly. Yeah, I was with them in Centinela. He's at least around my age. He's at least, yeah, early 40s, at least. Late 30s, early 40s at the very least. I know Blackie was it the youngster Blackie from local park. I'm not sure, bro. I know they were from Tulare. I thought they were from SSK, because they were really close. They were trying to move into with each other, but I never really asked them, bro, because you don't ask certain shit off the top. I didn't know they do like that. But assuming that it's like an Orange County thing, Santana thing. Like we didn't have to be from the same neighborhood to be from the same area to try to sell in. Sell up with each other. I don't know. I'm assuming that, but they could have very well been from the same neighborhood. What is it for me? But it was cool. What is it for me? What? I know Blackie, and it was a youngster Blackie from local park. Okay. My entertainment group says I knew White Crib from Ashland and Fruit Pencil taken out in 1998. Damn. Johnny Dang says Benny de Cali on the stadium, my G. You owe some apology to my dog. And that's all good, bro. Hey, Johnny Dang, come on, dog. We making demands here, dog. We making demands here, my boy. He's his own man. Let him do his thing. I appreciate it, but let him do his thing, bro. We're all gonna do our thing right here. Ain't no demands coming on here. We're all grown ass men. Appreciate your support, dog. But come on now. I don't ever want anybody on here to feel like they need to do something, dog. So we're all grown ass men. Just like we fuck up, we could be grown ass man enough to admit our wrongs, if that's the route that we want to go. Lashonda says Chicano too. She says, "What's up to Mikey?" Bam bam. How you been, Mikey? Mikey, I was gonna ask you, dog. I think I still have the interview that I did with you way back when, and I was gonna re-upload it with a lot of my older videos that I found. But I wanted to ask you first if you wanted to do something new, especially since it's been a long time, or if you're okay with me uploading that. I would rather do something new, but I wanted to ask you. I've been meaning to ask you. Brian Wood says, "L, my club is having a big ass party on the 26th in Berdue. I'll try to send some pics. Where's Berdue at?" Murph says, "What up? I'm catching on a sat, no hangover this time." That's right, Murph. Appreciate you. Mama Tammy says, "Yo, Taz, I saw you on the Guards channel. You went to Roosevelt. I went to Fresno High School on soccer team. Got in a major fight with Roosevelt my junior year in 1992. Damn, Mom, bro, you're way before us. You're in high school, my boy." I was barely coming into my consciousness, witnessed my first murder a few years later. Mob Entertainment over here talking about 1992 and shit. I was still in elementary. Yeah, I'm gonna drop my IG right here. And the picture you'll see on my IG that I just dropped right there in the comments is me like this, throwing the peace sign with the angel's hat. That's how you know it's mine. It's crazy when you guys say Roosevelt and all that, because the only reason I heard about that shit is because of my wife. She knows that area real good. She's from Hanford, but she lives in Fresno, like she said. And she used to always go up to Fresno. But yeah, man. Anybody wants to jump on the platform? Let's chop it up. How old am I? I am. How old do I look? I'm gonna be 29 next year in May. I'm 28 right now. Or am I 25? Somewhere around there. Well, it's a good deal. What's up, dog?
What's up, you know? Hey, you're 20. How old are you?
I am very close to 40, dog. That's all I'll say.
I was about to say, you ain't no 29, homeboy. Shit. I was like, hell, I gotta jump on real quick. Call bullshit.
I couldn't even keep a straight face, huh?
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm 39, homie.
Yeah. Hey, we're pretty much the same age. If you listen to the clues that I give based on the stories and this and that,
Yeah, I was like, hold on, man. You went to Pleasant Valley this morning, man?
motherfucker said he's 29. Oh hell no! And then right now I was like, or am I 25?
Huh? I thought I was like 23 the other day.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Hey, you're as old as you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
God,
Or the one that I'm talking to. Or the one that I'm talking to.
if that's the case, I'm fucking 15, going on 60, going on 60.
Oh, I'm telling you, homie, shit. Oh yeah, man, that's cool shit. fucking, hey, you live out there on the East Coast, huh?
Yeah, now I do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, it's a little different out there, huh?
Yeah, bro, it's a whole different world, dog. It's I mean, I've always read about history and shit like that, the 13 colonies and all that. And being out here, bro, and seeing it, we went up to New York the other day. I was supposed to go to Philly today, but we're gonna put that off. Go a little club, straight little strip club later on instead. But
Yeah.
hey, bro, I'm gonna go to the White House. I'm gonna go to fucking Mount Vernon. I'm gonna go to all that shit, bro. Visit
Oh, that's
all the historical sites
yeah.
because I'm trying to do all that shit before whenever my time comes. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel you,
yeah,
man. Life's too short.
exactly, dog. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
hey, yeah. I've traveled, homie. When I had got out of prison, I've been out since 2015, homie. And you know what I mean, I've
Good
been doing a
shit.
lot of different things, working, but I ended up getting my Class A license, homie. And
That's good
I
shit.
traveled all the way. Yeah, I've been in New York, Miami, Chicago. I've been all out there. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, that's good shit, man. It
Hey,
definitely
what
is,
up,
man.
Taz? Nice to meet you, bro.
What's going on, homie?
Hey, check this out. I grew up in Parkside, but now I live in Clovis. Look at my neighbors' houses, homie. I used to get arrested out in this city back in the day, man. I think I got kicked out of Clovis years ago.
Yeah.
You know, you remember that phrase, once the signs turn brown, you better turn around?
Yep.
You know, because in Fresno, our street signs are green, and in Clovis, they're brown. And back in the day, man, those Clovis cops used to pull us over and flat out be like, "Get your ass back over there in Fresno. If we see
It's
you
still that way
again,
to this day,
we're
man.
gonna
It's still the
smack
same
us."
way to this day. Because I go to Clovis and I already know I'm out of bounds. As soon as I cross the street from like near little right there on by Blackbeard's, that's where it
Yeah,
ends. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, shit. And then you got because them cops are on you, man. They know that you're not from Clovis, and that's you know what I mean. It's crazy.
bro, they act like you just crossed the border, like with the U.S. and Mexico. That's how they treat us, man.
Damn.
They act like you got to have a passport to come
For
into this
real.
town,
Hey, I go
bro.
over there with my tank top on, and you know I'm blasted, tatted, man. Man, it's like they send SWAT team out there just to look like who's this guy right here. You need to
Hey,
go.
you remember
Get
the
back on
old
the other
juvenile
side.
hall, the A unit back then?
What was that?
Do you remember the old juvenile hall in Fresno on 10th Street on the east side?
So I remember I was there a few times, man.
I
Right there,
was in
I
there,
was there a few
A
times.
unit back in 1992. An Asian gangster, Tiny Rascals, snitched me out. I was selling weed when I went to Fresno High, and he got caught. He was trading stolen stuff to me, and he snitched me out. And so I got booked into the A unit there. And you know how that place is, bro. Everybody in there, that's like the worst 50 juveniles in all of Fresno County. And I was there. I don't know if you remember in 1991, there was a couple that was murdered at Fashion Fair Mall, just a regular couple
'91, homie.
by
I was.
three black dudes
I'm
from the west
39. I'm
side.
39. '91.
Yeah.
We're young.
I wasn't
We
that old.
got
I was hella
me and
We're
young.
young, dog.
I was celled up with
We're
another
young.
extraño and another wood, and we got into a squab like literally 2 hours after I got booked. It was like 4 a.m. and they woke up. My cellmates woke up at 6 or so, and they said, "Look, bro, we're going at it as soon as these doors open." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay." And they're all, "You down?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so we went at it with those fools that shot that couple at Fashion Fair, one of the most infamous, crimes back in the day. But you know that unit, bro. That unit
Yeah. Oh
was
yeah.
was
Yeah. I've been to that
crazy,
unit a few
homie.
times. You know, I've been to J unit, and yeah, that juvenile hall sucked. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. They tore
Have
it
you
down
seen
and
the
they
new
built a
one?
new one, and
The
I'm
new
like, damn,
juvenile
that
hall
new
looks like
juvenile
a
hall they
college
built is
campus
like
now,
fucking the
man.
Hilton. You
The
know what I mean?
kids
It's
now
a
have
whole
no
different.
idea
It's
what
different.
it looked back then, bro. They still were opening up the cells with keys. They weren't even electronic locks. It was like the old San Quentin where you carried your stuff in. The guard had to actually open that up. And but
Yeah.
now the juvenile hall looks like a high school campus or a college campus. These kids today don't understand what tough punishment really looks like and feels like. They put us in those cells that were designed. They're originally shoe cells, but they were putting three of us in each of those cells back then because overcrowding.
Yeah. The first time I hit juvenile hall, man, was '97, man. From '97, it was just from there to boot camp, Alcorn. I was in Delta Barracks over there, and then from boot camp, got out, fucked up a little bit more, ended up going to YA. I went to Preston. From Preston, I
We're
went to
13.
Wasco. I was in Pleasant Valley. I was over there in Salinas. I've been to Corcoran, but you know what I mean. Like at the end of the day, man, that was a lot of wasted time, shit. But hey, don't get me wrong. When I was growing up, I did have a lot of fun growing up, and it was a different type of life growing up then to now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It was
for
a lot
sure.
different, and it was different because everybody wasn't on the social media, and there was no social media then. I had a pager. You know what I'm saying? I had a pager.
Hey,
We're
Taz,
beggars.
Taz.
Yeah.
Let me find out you had the red pager, the red clear pager, bro.
No, hey, actually, homie, I had one that had a Tasmanian devil on it.
Oh shit! Hey, but see, look, this is where I'm at now. Look at this shit.
Yeah,
Look at Smoke. Smoke
they
is up
had
down in the bottom
back in
left
the
too.
day, it was crazy for
Cruiser.
sure,
Yeah.
man. And they didn't care. They didn't care about the Constitution, none of that. The cops out here had no problem planting stuff on people if they didn't like you. You know, I lived right by Motel Drive. I grew up at Weston Clinton, right? Parkside,
Yeah.
you know, and right behind me were three main Norteños, and they went to prison, right, in the 80s, and they were in Corcoran during that shooting where the guards were blasting, you know, the Gladiator. And by the time they came home is when the Bulldog issues had really gotten going. So they were Northerners, and the area was, you know, F-14, right, Parkside. When they left, they come back, and half of the old F-14ers are now dogs. And it was, you know, plus all the Hmong gangsters were moving in, Lao boys, Asian boys, TRGs, all them cats, bro.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
no joke
I
over
grew up
there,
on the
man.
east side, man. I'm from the east side on Kings and Chestnut. You know, that's our cruising area. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey, Mob Entertainment, you're a Wood, right?
what was that?
Yeah, they validated me back in January of 1992 when I was
So,
16.
so Big Red from Fresno.
Big
Not
Red?
offhand, not I
Yeah,
know
he's a
our
Wood.
main federal wood rep is this guy named Jason. I'm part of a Facebook group that has about 200 of like the who's who of woods from the Central Valley as well as Southsiders. I'll show you it sometime privately so you can see who I'm talking about. But I was cool with one of the things that I got lucky with was one of my bros moved back to Michigan and met the mafia back there, the Detroit partnership. And he called us up, of me and others, saying, "Bro, the weed prices are outrageous out here, right?" And we could get, by the time I was 17, 18, I was getting ounces of Mexican weed for $40 of good stuff. And the pounds, obviously, you know, were in the 400 range. But back there in Michigan, bro, it was 3-4 times that. So if you took even 20 bricks back there, 50 bricks, you could make a fortune. So I got involved with that and started doing, you know, moving weight. And then I was, you know, selling dank too. Some of my bros that went to Bullard, like rich kids, moved up to Humboldt and Mendocino, and they had all connections there. And they started bringing Diggity down to the valley, and I was selling that locally too, and all that stuff. I know quite a few of the woods. I know like our biggest Fed wood rep here. He's actually out right now. He's in a program in Oregon, completing his sentence. And then I also know my co-defendant in my first adult case, which was 1994. He got shipped out a number of times. He's back out. I won't dox his name. I'll tell you privately. He's cool. He's listed on my Facebook. I have him listed as my brother, even though we're not like related. But he and I have been arrested together so many times, or questioned by the cops or the feds and stuff for trafficking so many times that it's just like, we're a family. But there's some I know for sure. I don't know all of them, but I know quite a few of the important ones.
Yeah, I knew a lot of the older dogs, like Beaver from the north side, Solo from the
Who?
north side, Freddie
Who you know
from
from the north
park
side?
side. Who?
Hey,
Who do you know
did
from the
you
north
ever
side?
meet Lencho, Duck?
Solo
Not
and
the
Beaver.
crazy Lencho that
Hold on,
Who that?
hold on.
out here.
Hold on,
Lencho, Duck,
hold on.
and Diamond. They lived on Terrace
Mob.
Street, bro.
Mob,
Terrace
hold
Avenue,
on.
Parkside.
Mob, my bad, bro.
All right, well,
Who do you know from the north side, Smokey?
I know Solo from the north side, Beaver from the north side. I know Fred Dog from Parkside. Gambino, I can't remember where he was from. He was a little youngster back in the day, like early 2000s. And then
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
I know the Vindiolas, man. I don't know Crackers personally, but I know his grandson
yeah.
and his his nephew, like baby Crackers, little Crackers. I know a lot of people from Kilo from Pleasant. I know
Oh,
fucking
Kilo.
Monzo.
I,
Huh?
I, that is that the same Kilo that fucking Gunner talked about?
Yeah, he don't talk to him no
Yeah,
more. But
yeah.
that Kilo right there, he has a car club, man, and
Hey,
he has a car
I,
club. And out here, he started out here with that car club, on straight clowning. Okay,
yeah.
I know his son. His son's Nate, and he's from Lewis.
So when I got removed and shit, I went to like the 50-50 yard back in the day, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
seen the Northerners on that yard where we were like the sucker free and shit. Like we programmed like we're active, so we were cool with like the dogs and shit like that. But I seen Kilo knock out like 3 Southsiders in a riot.
You
yeah.
know, speaking of
Kilo's cool.
that guy
That's a
Gunner,
homie.
the dude
That's a
that he
homie.
had that
Yeah.
issue with
Like,
in YA, I knew the dude's brother. It's my friend Gabriel. He was a Parksider. His brother was the one that Gunner snitched. Whatever it was, I ain't gonna front. I don't
yeah,
know
I
if
don't
he
know
knew
homeboy.
Gunner, so I ain't
I don't
gonna
know
front
who
on
that
him.
homeboy
But
is,
I knew
but
his
I heard
brother.
of him.
They had one other older brother that got shot by the FBI during a bank robbery. They robbed a bank in Fresno, and in the middle of getting away, the FBI and the cops had the place surrounded. They had him set up, and he got the FBI freaking bam. They got him. He lived through it, but you know he's like
Yeah, I know a lot of older
I
homies.
know.
Like
I'll tell you off the record.
I won't say his
Name
first name, but
who it is.
last name Carry On. Fucking Lunas, the Vindiolas. Who else? The Rodriguezes. I know a lot of big homies, and then their generation like mine that was coming up with me. You know what I'm saying? Before it's just East Side, North Side, Park Side,
Yeah.
Callaway. Like I
Yeah.
know Dogster. I know Paya. I know him.
Hey,
His his grandson. His grandson is my fucking babe, my niece's old man right now.
hey, what's that dog from Kalawa? He used to do graffiti and shit, but he was a dog and shit.
He was what?
Uh, he was a bulldog. He used to be like doing graffiti and shit, but he became a bulldog from Kalawa.
Oh, I don't know
Are
him,
you
man.
talking about
But
this
I
dude named
know.
Johnny? I was in a tagging crew
Okay,
too.
I know homeboys
This
that
one
started
dude named
RTL.
Johnny.
The homie
He took
Spell,
Yeah,
the name
Sin.
yeah,
Stress, and then he had a
he was
few other
from RTL.
names.
That's right.
I was close with that dude, bro. In fact, one of the times I was arrested, he escaped along with one other dude, and then me and two others were arrested by the Fresno cops after I was running towards Shaw Avenue, right? And I ran right into traffic, so I was forced to stop, and then the cops tackled me, and me and my bro just kept our mouths shut and all that, and took the rap. But yeah, Johnny got away actually, and I know who you're talking about. He was good, bro. He the way his writing skills and he
Yeah.
could do pieces. You know, where I grew up was the train tracks right by Highway 99, so we used to bomb those train cars all the time. We would hang from the overpasses up there and write our names and all that, and we
Yeah,
went into we had a couple major tagging battles actually against other the cops
yeah. I
labeled
really
us
never
as
tagged.
tag bangers, basically, you know, back in
Is
the
there
What
day.
any
what
bulldogs out of
yeah.
state? I
Hell
heard
yeah.
if it's wants to
Yep.
know.
Yes, there is.
Hey, Chaz though.
Enlighten
So
us.
Yeah.
there's some bulldogs that's got some lettering I did for them for some patterns and shit, some 624s and some bulldogs. I did some lettering for them back in the day. I did
Oh,
some
for the car club.
no, just like they're on just for their tattoos. They got them tattooed on them. I did the pattern for them.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I fuck with the homies over here that have car clubs like the Easy Riders, the homies Gliding Lows, Fresno Classics. Like I got a lot of homies in the car clubs. So I mean, Top
Hey, you
Dogs.
remember that group, the TMC, the Midnight Cruisers?
You know, that's
They
probably
went
before
into
me.
car club stuff too. They were I don't know if they were dogs or I probably they were probably some of them
It's
were
all good, Johnny.
14ers because back in the day, 70s and 80s, you know. But
Yeah, no, not my time, man. I grew up like I started really doing the damn thing around like '97. I was like 12, and then yeah, I just went from there. You know
You're
what I mean?
what,
But
39
yeah,
Chaz or what?
on Kings Canyon and Chestnut when we used to go cruising, man, we sold that whole street up from the fairgrounds all the way down to Peter Piper's.
They even started banning cruising on Kings Canyon. Remember
They
those
tried to.
signs the cops put up, no cruising and all
They
that?
tried to,
People
but we
told
still
them.
were out there. No matter
I
what, we're
remember that
always out there.
for sure,
Always
bro.
out there.
Yeah.
My
It sounds
homeboy Beef from Parkside. He's the one that got shot right there by the AMPM and winery on cruising, and that was like in
it's,
98, 99.
that sounds like cruising down Bristol back in down south in Orange County, Santana. We used to cruise down Bristol. We used to shut down the whole Bristol Boulevard. It wasn't a boulevard; it was a street, all the way down from the start of Santana to the end of Santana. No riders, homeboys, everything. But eventually, when we got to McFadden and Bristol, everybody used to try to kill each other, gunning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey,
no matter what
but
the cops
and
did.
over here we were so deep, but like okay, all the homeboys from the east side, we posted right there at Ace Liquor in Sunlight. That had a big parking lot, and I lived right on the other behind the alley, behind the stores. That was my hood. So you know what I mean. All the homies we'd all mob out there. We'd be deep as hell, and then homies from like Parkside be by the McDonald's. Homies from from the north side be over here by fucking AMPM. Pretty much stole it all up, and soon as like people we knew that were coming by, because back then, I don't know if they're still out here. We used to have the Southsiders. They were PBS. They were Playboys. We had TCB, the Chicali Boys, and then for the Northerners we had CVG, the Central Valley Gangsters, and the WSNs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
Ted.
yeah.
Hey, did you guys have any Vicky's Town over there?
And what?
Any of the Vicky's Town over there in Fresno?
I
The
don't know.
Southsiders? Because they
I'm
were
not
they
sure.
were real
I don't think so. I
they,
don't know.
they were
I
real big and
remember most of the Southsiders were from like Sanger. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Hey,
because
like
Sanger, they had
Sanger. I got
Southsiders,
homeboys
and
that are
then
from Sanger,
Orange
from
Coast even
Chancla. I
had
got homeboys from Salma
Southsiders. You know.
Vadio, Northside, VSR, Vadio Samarifa. I got homies. I know a lot of people, homie. Too many to fucking even go through the list. Like,
hey, so trip out back in the early 2000s, there was this bulldog that stayed on the res right there in Poros, and he used to run with all the native Crips and shit. Hey, that dude had balls though, bro. He walk around with that big old bulldog on his head and shit, and take his liquor. He was fucking like he was deep in enemy territory, but he was still fucking. You know what I mean?
Hey, there were a few Crip sets too, bro. Like where I lived in Parkside, there was on Brook Street. There was they called it Crook Street because it's Crips. They didn't, now Crips don't
Yeah.
like saying the letter B, right? They called it Crook Street. That was right at Parkside itself. Then there was another set, Six Deuce Diamonds. They were to the north of us at Ashland and like where your girl was talking, Ashland and Fruit. They had a group there too called the Holt Hoyas. And then there was a blood set Pyroos right where my mom lives still at Dakota and Fruit. And they had their own little areas. 107 Hoovers. They
And then
had some of those boys.
then
Hey,
that
real
one I was
quick.
asking
And
about.
then
Hey, real quick.
TRGs and all the Asian gangsters were starting to
Hey,
move
Mom.
in too.
Mom, real quick. I want to send a shout out to my boy David Reyes Logan, one of the members up in the house. You know, we always got to shout out the members of the APA. You guys want to sign up for the APA membership? Obviously, that's one of my obligations in a good, righteous way. But that's my boy. It happens to be one of the homies from my neighborhood. David Frogs. I send mine as my boy. Hey, go ahead.
Hey, L, what neighborhood are you from?
Logan. I grew up in Logan, bro. Logan Park, Logan Street, down south, bro, in Santana.
In Santana? See, I knew
Yeah.
some dudes from F Troop.
Oh yeah, they're literally like only like 5-6 blocks from us, bro. There's a neighborhood in between us, and then it's them. But yeah, we're the oldest neighborhood in Orange County in Santana, bro. They're one of the oldest neighborhoods, but we're the oldest neighborhood. But yeah,
I have some cousins from Monte Flores and stuff like that down there too. So
that's LA. But yeah, all right.
yeah, no,
I just want to shoot that shout out. He's a member. But yeah,
hey, my family's from Orange County originally.
Hey, what's going on
A
with the
lot of
South
people
nowadays,
from out
man?
of state, they
My
think
phone
of
getting
money
hot.
when they think of OC, but
Hey, your
there's
phone
some
overheated
real
or
down.
what?
There's some areas of OC that
Yeah.
ain't no joke, man.
My
Yeah,
phone,
shit did that
it's
the
like
other day.
it's like a car, man. My phone overheats and shit. It's telling me to go get some coolant and AC and throw it in the damn fucking thermostat.
Hey,
Like, go ahead, my shit's overheating.
you that shit in the ice box.
Yeah, bro, so man, I had to go put it to the AC real quick and so it get cooled down.
Hey, just throw it in the freezer real quick. That's what I do if it gets too hot. Throw it in the freezer. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like all this bullshit, new fucking cell phones and all that.
But yeah, but those areas down in Orange County, my boy, that's the areas that I'm from. Santana is the headquarters. That's where all the fucking desmadre is at, bro. That's
I know.
Yeah, man.
headquarters. Yeah.
Yeah, Fresno was different back
Go
then,
ahead,
man.
guys, go
Fresno
ahead.
was different. It was different back then growing up.
I'm just sitting here listening to you guys, enjoying the conversation, man. Go ahead, keep going, guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody from Orange County always had stars on them.
Yeah, Fresno was different growing up. It was cool. I had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of bullshit, but at the end of the day, man, you got to grow up sometimes, and you got to be there for your kids. Straight up, man, be there for your familia.
Yeah,
Not even your friends, homie.
One.
At the end of the day, the only ones you got next to you are your wifey and your fucking kids and your family.
I got a house payment now. I got to be responsible and a
that's
kid.
That's why I'm up
too,
here doing the work I do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No.
But I'll tell you too about Fresno that and Taz, you know what time it is. One thing about Fresno is that because there's so many different cliques and gangs and all that, it's like a microcosm of the prison system itself. Whereas, like, I have wood friends from down south, right? When they come home, they go home and they're in Southsider areas, and maybe there's Crips and Bloods in certain areas, whatever, and some Asian gangsters in Long Beach, whatever, in Longo, whatever. But in Fresno, you got to live in the same areas where, you know, Bulldogs got to live in the areas where all the TRGs and the Asian boys are and all that. Woods, we got to live, you know, and one thing about it with me was I figured out that, you know, it was better to try to make alliances with and be cool with people on the street than it was to try to be at war with them, because if you go to, they're literally your neighbors sometimes, and you have no choice,
to be honest,
bro.
man,
you know what I'm saying?
Back then, man, my mentality was back then. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I lived on Kingdom Chestnut, Deering, right there on the east side. That block was for TRGs, and they stood to that block to this day. But they held that. Give it to them. They held that block down. But don't get it twisted, man. We didn't associate with any other faction or anybody else other than us. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, that's what we still do. You know what I mean? If you ain't, but don't get twisted. We are respectful. Don't get me wrong. We do respect a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
We just don't go out here just trying to go fuck with everybody and just run to beat chaos. No.
Those
But don't get it twisted.
weren't no joke,
I'm
man.
saying majority of Fresno, even Clovis, and Fresno County, the surrounding areas are dogs, no matter what. And when we go when we get locked up, that's what we do. You know what I mean? We stick to our own because that's anyway. They put us to ourselves. They fucking segregate us, and they keep us that way because, you know, like I don't know if you guys seen the interview, but you know, I mean, I pretty much let it know there that COs, their houses there because at the end of the day, we're not a prison group. We're not a fucking prison gang. We don't function like that. We're a disruptive group, and pretty much we're gonna do what we do, and we don't answer to nobody. We don't answer to the next man.
Basically own the
I mean, we're grown ass men. Ain't nobody gonna tell me to go bust down and go do some burpees and some more shit. Fuck that. I'm too grown for that shit.
Yeah, Fresno County is you guys own that shit. Every single unit in there, you're gonna, you know, dogs owned it.
Oh hell yeah, Fresno County Jail. That's our jail.
Yeah, it is. Period. It don't matter about the other groups.
I remember.
Yeah, and that's our jail, just like Wasco. That's our reception. I mean,
no. So hold on, homie. Taz, look, homie. You just said right now, dog. I can personally attest that that's the truth.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like them motherfuckers.
That's our reception.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the prisons the only prisons that we go to, Pleasant Valley, B Yard, okay, Salinas, C Yard. I was in B Yard. Okay, and that's we were cool at that time when I was there. That's when we were aligned with the Southsiders. You know what I'm saying?
I was there before.
What year was that, Taz?
Oh, you were there before that.
Okay, so look, I was there when we were going at it. I got there 2011 in 2011ish. We got off when we got off the lockdown, and before that, it was like you get off lockdown 2-3 weeks before that. As soon as the homies went to store, then they'll kick it off again. But I was there once we got off, like permanently.
The alignment, yeah.
So you passed away into 2013. Before that, like you dudes, I will say that, like you dudes always went against the grain because I mean, obviously, I feel like, and I don't blame you guys because always, you know, the Norte and the Sureño organization members that be were always trying to impose the program on anybody, you know.
Right.
And obviously, you guys know the history. You broke
Yep.
off the Norte, you broke off the Sur, and then I was there when I got to Pleasant Valley. We're going at it. The Norteños were still rushing you guys. We were still rushing you guys. I got caught up in that riot right there. I got my ass whooped by fucking 5-6 of you on me. It was 12 of us against like 60 of you motherfuckers, you know. After that, we got on lockdown again. We stayed on lockdown. I mean, that was a 2.5-year lockdown that I went through. Then maybe about 3 to 4 months after that, the señor passed away, which gave us a way to like, hey, the Verde is off of the Bulldogs, this program, and then we programmed with you guys. And that's when I went out of state, caught a fucking pegada out there, and went back up to the 4-yard. But yeah, no, so I definitely know I lived that with you guys. I went through Wasco. My first fucking shoe term, my little bullshit ass 9-day shoe term was there in D4 in Wasco. You know what I'm saying? Went to D6 to the hole.
Yeah.
You know, like trust
You're
me.
in the, hey, see, when I was in Wasco, I was in D3 and D4. Okay, and then I was in D, but the
You guys were in the
D5, I
lower
think
tier.
that's for the Southsiders. D5 was Southsiders. Okay, but
Yeah.
when I was there in D4, I was on B side, and they would house the Dogs on the top and the Southerners on the bottom.
It's
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
because when I got there, you guys were on the bottom and we're on the top. That's
See?
crazy.
Yeah,
Right?
it
They always
must
switch
be-
it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
They
but-
always switch it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that, you know what I mean? People used to pop doors, you know what I'm saying? That should be happening. You know what I'm saying? Bah, there we go. You know what I mean? They pop you guys out, and we were in hot fences. You know what I mean? When you guys be in yard,
Yeah.
they send us to fucking canteen or whatever. We'd hot
Exactly.
fences. Like, it was cracking.
Exactly.
It was cracking when I was there. You know what I'm saying? But
And
now,
you know what?
all over
When
there
I
in
was in
Wasco,
B-Yards,
all B yard is S and Y.
Hey, Spencer, to cut you off a bit, to your point, I want to make a point of what you just said. Because when I was in Wasco, bro, the Bulldogs used to always, any chance they got, they used to rush us. Any chance we got, we used to rush them. When
Yep.
I got to B-Yard in Pleasant Valley at that time, you weren't rushing us. You weren't strapped up. You weren't rushing us. And I'm not saying that that's to speak low of you guys. I'm just saying that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
And the reason was because the warden has said that whoever what the aggressor was going to stay off lockdown. And that's when you guys pretty much adopted the fucking method of like, well, we're just going to wait for you motherfuckers, the Norteños and the Sureños, to rush us. We're going to stay off lockdown, and you motherfuckers are going to stay on lockdown because you're the aggressors. And that was the first time that I was like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't rushing us, bro. Like, we're going to rush them. We're going to stay off lockdown. I came from a 23-month lockdown in New Kirkland. So I was like, fucking dicks. You know what I'm saying? Rush them so we could get off lockdown. You know what I'm saying? But if that wasn't the case, I got my ass whooped. You know, I blasted whoever I needed to blast. I went to the hole for almost a damn year. Got kicked back out. But yeah, man, I remember that shit. That shit was crazy, man. The Bulldogs are always held up,
Crazy.
Hey, but a lot of people don't remember either is that back in the early 2000s, the Bulldogs had Avenal. Fucking, they had fucking heli yards there, and they were always getting off.
Yeah, my homegirl just pulled up and shit. You know what I mean? Shit. Like, man, but hey, all I know is being in prison, man. It was different. You know what I'm saying? It was hella different, and at the end of the day, man, shit. I wouldn't change anything that I done back in, you know what I mean, to be who I am now. Hey, but I'm gonna tap in with you guys later, man. My homegirl just pulled up, and I'll chop it up with you guys later, homie.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, I gotta bounce out too. Have a good one.
All right, dog. Yeah, man. I mean,
Hey.
shit. I mean, from what Humble was saying, like I'm saying, like that's just my experience. We all had different experiences, man.
Yeah. Hey, but like I was saying though, the early
Go ahead. No,
2000s,
finish your point. Finish your point.
the Bulldogs had what, the 6 yard, the 1 yard, the 4 yard,
Where at?
and Avenal. They had like 3 or 4 yards there, and because they would fucking go back and forth to Pleasant Valley. If they got off, they sent them to Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, that was their yards, bro. Like their yards were Wasco, Pleasant Valley, I didn't even know about Avenal, but apparently Avenal and then Corcoran.
That
Those
was
were the
that was in the
yards.
that was in the early 2000s. I remember when I was in Soledad,
Oh, okay.
they shipped a bunch of homies. They like overrode the homies, set them down to level 2s in Avenal, and the homies were getting off when they got off on the bus because they didn't. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
because the Northerners had 2 yards back in the day at that time. At they had 3 yards. They had the 3 yard, the 2 yard, and the 5 yard in Avenal.
5 yard.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so they had like these 3 yards, and then the Bulldogs had the other yards. But back then in the early 2000s, it was different over there. They were getting off all the time.
Yeah, and like I said, like I was telling him, just the news that we were getting off Salinas, and then Wasco when I was with them, like them motherfuckers were rushing us. You know what I'm saying? Like we were
Yeah.
rushing them, they were rushing us. There was no doubt about it. It was on site. You know, so that
Well,
was just,
okay. Let
huh?
me ask you. Let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
I don't know if you covered this before, but what were your thoughts when the New Flowers and the Bulldogs rushed the actives in Salinas Valley?
So I heard about it, bro. But I will say this: it was just something that I heard about, right?
Yeah.
I will tell you this: my experience with the New Flowers, I spent time with the first time I met the New Flowers was in the hole in Pleasant Valley. They were on Sea Yard, dog, and the homies, the Sureños on Sea Yard, were considered. They were considered no good in the sense where there were PCs, but they were considered no good in the sense where they had something coming because they were programming, bro. The New Flowers were on C Yard in Pleasant Valley. B Yard that he was talking about, B Yard, bro. The Norteños, us, Bulldogs, were all at war. And when I got there, we had a truce, from what I remember, with the Norteños, and we were rushing the Bulldogs. But New Flowers, like I said, it wasn't until I went to the hole after the first riot that I heard of a New Flower for the first time in my life. And they were still GP because they were on CR. CR was GP. It wasn't SNY or nothing like that. But anybody that came from CR to B yard was getting removed, was getting taken off the yard because they were programming with the Bulldogs. They were programming with the Bulldogs. The New Flowers are doing whatever the fuck they were doing on that yard. But all I give a fuck about, and we give a fuck about, was the Sureños, right? Um, so yeah, that's the extent of my knowledge with the New Flowers. That's the only time I heard about them, as far as me meeting one of them and doing time with them. So yeah, that's to answer your question. That's the best to my ability that I can answer that question.
Yeah. No, because that the Flowers they consider themselves active. They function. They program like they're active. All that same shit.
Yeah, yeah,
The sucker free, we did the same shit just as we was active. Only
yeah.
thing was we just didn't
So
abide by.
answer me this, bro, because I don't know, bro, and I'll be the first one to tell you. You know, the stories that I tell on my channel, my boy, are really just my experiences. I never claim to know something that I don't never pretend to tell a story based on what I've heard. I never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I tell one of my experiences, if I say something that I heard from somebody else, I'll say it right there. But it's mostly my story, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to the New Flowers, now that I have you on here and you have some experience on that, like that's the only thing that I know about the New Flowers. So how did they end up going to the other side, to the because eventually they ended up on the other side, right? Or did they, or did they not? I mean, what
No,
happened?
they still have yards. They still have active yards in high desert and shit like that. On
Okay.
Salinas Valley. But the thing was, it was basically they branched off because they didn't believe in the politics and shit. You know what I
You know,
mean?
I remember that part. They branched off of the Norte
But so
and things
you
like
have
that. Yeah.
so the flowers that are on the active yards, they don't consider the flowers that are on the other yards as active because they're on the SNY yards. Like the whole deal with that is you got to be on an active yard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can still consider themselves active. They still consider themselves programming, functioning. They still believe in the cause to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Just not the politics.
And I know I understand exactly what you're saying because when we're on BR, bro, the white boys were programming with the Bulldogs. When we're on B yard at that time, B yard was the yard that was cracking. We were all at war with the Bulldogs, right? The Bulldogs were the only ones that were programming because they weren't rushing us. They were waiting for us to rush them. And that's because of the warden's fucking whole fucking policy. They were like I said, whoever the aggressor is going to stay on lockdown, right? And we were staying on lockdown. So the white boys were not, they were programming with the Bulldogs. And I remember at the time, since we've always had a close relationship with the white boys, like to me, it was just like, why ain't these fools rushing these cats? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And every time a skinhead or a new dude got on B yard that came from a level 4 or a righteous prison, they were like, hey, they got off. Them dudes were getting off on the Bulldogs, and the rest of the white boys weren't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even tell these stories on my channel, bro. But I remember when the skinheads that were with the business were coming on the yard, they were like, no, fuck that. We just came from Salinas or wherever we came from. It's on site with the Bulldogs because, you know, they have a close relationship with the Sureños. And it's just like, no.
It's always been like that, though, with the white boys and the Southsiders.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the white boys that were on B yard, we had communication with them, but they weren't handling business. They were out there on the yard with them. And we remember thinking to ourselves, like, whenever these white boys go somewhere else, it's all bad for them, you know? And we always like felt like, you know, fuck it, man. It's all good. If they don't want to handle business, that's on them, but we're going to handle business. And look, like I said, this is a video all of into itself, right? But when we finally got the word, when we finally got the word that we were to program with the Bulldogs, a lot of us, they had came down from Corcoran because I was there with, this is when I had already came back from the hole after fighting that shoe term. I blasted one of them dudes. They beat the fuck out of us because we were outnumbered. I beat the shoe term, beat the 115, came back, and we were ready to get released. And the homies were telling us, hey, bro, like, look, the señores say it's cool with the Bulldogs. There's no more issues. They're off the green light. And me and my Sally at the time, he was from down south of Blythe. And we're like, nah, bro, like, hell no, we know better. You know what I'm saying? So let's do what we can to get a hold of the people that we can go to hold with. And I got at the homies that I could get a hold with that had connection, that had communication with the señores. And what we kept hearing back was like, yeah, whatever señor put them on the permanent green light passed away, and the señores wanted to make money. That's basically like what we understood, right? That's not what they told us, but basically, if they were gonna fucking let this fools off green light, was because they wanted to make money off that yard. And it turns out that it was legit. We ended up programming with the cats. I was working with these dudes in the kitchen for a short period of time before I went out to Mississippi. But I remember thinking, like, there's just too much bad blood. These fools are disrespectful type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, from Wasco to there. And I remember a Bulldog in the kitchen asked me, he's like, hey, Loon, like, hey, why you don't like us or what? Why didn't you talk to us? I was like, hey, bro, I could just do my job, you know. I was in scullery at the time. I was scullery, and then I went to pots and pans, and I eventually became a cook. And after that, I went on a holiday, and I never came back. But I remember telling them, like, no, it's not that, bro. It's just like I just do my own thing. But in my mind, I'm thinking, like, bro, I don't like you dudes. Why? Because everywhere I had been at, they had been talking shit behind the door. Fuck your wife, fuck your family, fuck your, you know, that type of shit, you know. But that would never lead me to say that these dudes don't handle business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wherever I had been at before that, they handle business. That's all I've ever heard. And even though in Pleasant Valley they weren't rushing us, they still were defending themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the extent of my experience with these dudes, bro. And yeah, that's basically what happened. But the white boys, I could only imagine how many of them locked it up just because they didn't handle business, bro. You know?
Oh yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. That's just how it is, though. You know?
Yeah, that's how it is, man. You know, and when I eventually went to the other side, it wasn't because I didn't handle business. It's just because I don't want to overdose my Sally And by that time, bro, I was already close to the end of my term, and I was like, man, fuck that, I'm going home, dog. You know, like fuck this shit. I already stabbed enough motherfuckers without a fucking life sentence. You know, all these shoot terms I did. I was like, you know what, you guys handle the rest of this, bro. I'm going home, dog. Fuck you.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
your mind was already checked out. Like you wanted to get home. You was already like,
yeah.
hey, I want to go home.
Yeah, and it was more of an educational thing. Like I said, like I educated myself, and I was like, you know what, I want to get out. I finished my degree. I want to get out. I want to take care of my daughter. My daughter kept telling me, why you keep catching time? Why are you maxing out? Why are you doing all these things? I thought you said you love me, Dad. You know? And to me, it was just like, man, and then seeing all the favoritism, all the injustices, and then not to mention the fucking, there's certain things I can't even explain about my situation without mentioning senores that are active. You
No,
know,
no, I get it. And
yeah, certain things I can't even mention, bro. But trust and believe that there was things that disillusioned me to the point where I was like, you know, I'm cool. And
yeah,
that's why I did a live. I did a live about 3 or 4 days ago talking about a new RICO Act on the Quiet Village dudes and some of the Whittier Vital locals and dudes that told on them. And I was like, man, I could have easily taken on my celly because all they wanted me to do was overdose them. That would have been easy, right?
yeah,
I knew eventually somebody was going to tell on me. Even if I would have made it out, lived a good life with my family, because even if I paroled active, I was going to live my life, bro. I'm older. I'm not going to look back no more. They could have snatched me up like that, dog. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like, I'm cool. I don't trust these motherfuckers, bro. Straight
that's
up.
what happens. You get disillusioned. You lose faith in up the upper echelon. You lose faith in some of your homies. You kind of see the bandito tactics. You see a lot of the shit, and you're just like, nah, fuck it, I'm good.
Exactly, dog. And it's like, I don't think, I would like to think that the dudes that I was close with wouldn't have told on me, but somebody that would have been involved at the time that I didn't know about would have probably said something, and that would have led them to me, you know?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You know,
Yeah, and that investigation was a perfect point why I always say about my case, about the reasons why I went to the site. It was over a year. Some dude killed a girl because they were trying to take out an informant. And eventually one dude that was a driver told on that dude. And all it takes is one weak ass dude that gets caught up doing some other shit. I seen this shit with one of the dudes in my neighborhood that was solid. This one was a killer. This one was a straight killer. You know what I'm saying? He had bodies under him, and he told on the homeboys. You know, like, so ain't nobody above that shit, dog. And
yeah,
the sooner people realize that shit, the sooner we'll know that lifestyle is for the birds, bro. Plain and
it's
simple.
the birds. You ain't living life that way. That's not living. That's not a way to live life. You know. You know what I mean?
Um,
But I'm gonna hop off of here, L. I
yeah,
appreciate you.
I'm gonna hop out too. Appreciate you topping that.
All right,
Appreciate your perspective all the time, my boy. I send mine, doggy.
I'll send mine.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's Smoke the Local Bear. If you have not tapped into his channel, go tap in with him. I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. You guys be good. Love you guys. Sinaloa's up in the house. Troops up in the house. My bad, bro. I said mine if you still up in here. But yeah, man, you guys be good. Go check out the TikTok channel, all that shit. There's really nothing else I could say. Everybody that jumped on here spoke their minds. And it is what it is. You know, you guys be good. Always remember that one life saved is one life blessed. A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. Guys, learn from the mistakes of others. Don't learn from your mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of others. I'm out.